So let's take a moment and give a formal introduction. And I really wanted to take this opportunity to introduce both of you guys to our dealers because you, along with our channel operations manager, Jenna, who wasn't available to join us today, you guys are really going to be great sources for all of our dealers out there. Shane, let's start with you if you could give us a quick introduction.
Hey y'all, Shane Scrimager. Been around here about 10 years. I'm from Santa Barbara. I've got about 15 years in pre and post production, which bringing to the table now do streaming. And basically, Ryan and I are both here. We're here to do the Wirecast lifting for you. So anything you need to tie us in on, any demos, conversations, phone calls, let us do the Wirecast lifting and let us bring kind of our experience and then hand back off to you. And we'll tie the peripherals together and see the customer in the right direction.
That's awesome. And Shane, we really have enjoyed working with you and look forward to working with you more. And Ryan, I would say the same for you. If you could give us a quick introduction to the team.
Yeah, hey, Ryan Roettele, newest member of the team, joining with Shane here. I've been around the biz for about 20 years now. I used to be a broadcast integrator and an installer, and AMX programmer and Crestron programmer. So hopped into this one and then, holding hands with Shane, making it happen across the U.S.
And what I really love hearing about the introduction and just some of your past experiences is that you're really coming into this live production space from two different angles, but both with some strengths on what our dealers are hearing out there today. Ryan, I would imagine that your history and experience really lends itself to the corporate market or even the education market, where they're not only looking for the live production and streaming, but they're looking to integrate control and management and all this other great stuff as well.
Yeah, exactly. I think for me, knowing how things were put together back in the day and actually installed has helped help them through some of their workflows, right? They get a hiccup in there, I've got experience in extra parts and places and how we work around that and get them to the ideal situation that they want.
And Shane, I would imagine from your broadcast and your production experience that you're making the same transition that a lot of customers are forced to do today as well. I mean,
Yeah.
If you look at the production world and you just turn on your TV and watch what's happening in late night TV or reality TV shows like American Idol, production is turning into live production seemingly overnight.
It is. And it really comes back down to the original just composition and in lighting, back to the key elements of production. So, I mean, we get the streaming part tackled, right? And then it really goes back to fundamentals, lighting, your shot compositions, and how you want to present things. So people are kind of getting like a quick education in composition and lighting, and then here we are into streaming.
Absolutely, and that's great. And I think that's what really positions you guys to be a great resource to our dealers. And I know that we're trying to divide that resource geographically, but that doesn't mean that either of you or both of you aren't available to our dealers as needed. But if we look just from a geographic region, Shane, you're handling the West Coast, right?
Correct.
Great. And then Ryan, you've got the East Coast.
I do.
And the great thing is Broadfield is nationwide. So we've got dealers all over the country. And we also have end users, whether it's houses of worship, schools, universities, you name it. Live production and live streaming is something that is growing nationwide. It's not something that's just happening in major metropolitan areas. While that might be true in some verticals, when you see what has happened in the house of worship market just over the past 6 months, where they've been forced to stream because they couldn't invite their congregants into the church. Or you look at what's happening today in education, where remote teaching and live production is becoming not just a mandatory thing that they need to do, but a complement to the in-classroom training that they're doing as well. And I think that really positions all of our dealers well to promote and offer Wirecast.